Hey everybody, the Powwow guy Rob Phoenix here. I kind of want to talk a little bit about a subject that it can be a little controversial within Powwow. It's the question, does one need to be of Pennsylvania German descent in order to be a Powwow? It's a great question. And, right away, like, my first impulse, and I'm not alone in this, is to say, yes. Yes, you do. But really, when we think about that, it's kind of ridiculous, only because, we can look at other cultural traditions, like speaking of American folk magic, we see hoodoo is a great example of this. Now, I don't know a lot about hoodoo. I don't do hoodoo. But what I do know is that it was originally for like black Southern Baptists. And now it's like a whole bunch of white people doing hoodoo. So, is that right? Is that wrong? I have no idea. You know, Also, voodoo was kind of a slave religion, I guess you could say. And now there's white people doing that. So, you know, things change, times change. And same with powwow. It's basically, powwow has not spread too much outside of Pennsylvania German culture. It just hasn't. However, I'm teaching my son, and my son is African. He's adopted. So, is he Pennsylvania German by osmosis, being raised by me? Or, so when he's an adult and someday hopefully he'll carry on the stuff that I'm doing, that changes things up a bit. He'll be a black man as a powwow. And I know from talking to other people that that's not unheard of. Another powwow author, Chris Bellardi, is Italian American, not connected to Pennsylvania German culture at all. So, sorry about the dog barking. She barks when the wind blows. A cloud could go past our house, but she has a fit. So, all right, hang on one second. I'm gonna pause this. All right, I'm back. She's calmed down now. It was nothing. There was somebody dared to walk down our street. My dog did not like that. So anyway, where I'm going with this is, does one have to be Pennsylvania German to be powwow? No. But because powwow is so intricately woven into our culture, I believe at the very least, you need to have the knowledge about the culture and the respect for it and the love for it. Otherwise, you won't understand how a tradition such as powwow came into being. You won't understand why, we do the things we do and the way that we do them. Without that understanding of the culture, you just don't get it. Just like I personally, I don't know anything about hoodoo, but I probably wouldn't get it because I was not raised in the Deep South as a black, member of the black community in a Baptist church. So already I'm like at a disadvantage. Voodoo, I was never a slave. I was never owned by somebody and forced to work on their land. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't have those experiences. So I can say the same thing about powwow. So much of my powwow it's tied to my memories growing up and my grandparents and the places where I live and, the culture of my family and the people that I'm surrounded with and our land and the gardening and the growing and the planting and the harvesting and and the seasons and the weather. So much of that is powwow. So to come from outside that, and plus it's so interwoven with the Christian religion and the Christian traditions in Pennsylvania German culture. So you take any of those elements away and you might not get it. Okay, so certainly if you want to be a powwow, go for it. Test it out, see if it's for you. But it's not just something that's meant to just be picked up and done or whatever. And culture be damned, you can't do that. It's not fair to the people that you're taking these things from. So just like I would never claim to be anything other than what I am, I would never go outside of my culture and dip into stuff, because there's enough within my culture to satisfy me. There's enough in the history of the land that I come from to satisfy me. So these are just my thoughts on it. Certainly you're free to have your own opinion, and people do, and I hear it all the time. But anyway, that's where I stand on the issue. So yes, go for it. Do whatever you like. Anything goes in this day and age, but at least have respect. And I might also recommend look into your own culture. Find out who you are, what you are, where your people come from, and see what's there. Because you might be really pleasantly surprised to find that, you and your people have your own very rich and powerful magical traditions. So start there. Anyway, that's just my thoughts for today. So hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a great day. And I have nothing extra to add except love you guys. God bless you. And we'll talk soon.